In the Book of Rites of WonBuddhism, there is no part for the expounding of the Dharma in today's ceremony. But Reverend Kim just forced me to say something, and I resisted, but I lost. So I have to. Today is going to be very brief. We have only 10 minutes, so I'm going to be very brief. I'm going to talk about the meaning of today's service. In WonBuddhism, there are 4 festive ceremonies: New Year's Day, the day of the enlightenment of the Buddha, and the day of the enlightenment of the Grand Master Sotaesan, the founder of WonBuddhism, and the day of Dharma authentication of WonBuddhism. And then we have 2 memorial services. I have a problem in translating the Korean. When I translate it, the real meaning is somehow lost. It's June 1st, on which day Grand Master Sotaesan passed away, entered Nirvana. That's the real memorial service day. And December 1st is the rather like a Thanksgiving ceremony to our ancestors. But still, when I translate the word in Korean into English, I still have to use the memorial service. So I often hear that has somebody died? Nobody has died now, but we have seen how 11,000 some Won Buddhist, and you know, among the 11,000 over 11,000 Won Buddhist, there are some masters who reached the Buddhahood. They are living Buddhas. And then we also saw transcendence, which on that level, some masters reached the level of transcendence, which is sage, saint. And then also what is called just a Won Buddhist devotees, and Reverend Kim is one of the devotees who devote their lives only for the teaching and helping people. And if you are a Won Buddhist, I suggest that you somehow follow the teaching of Won Buddhism, and eventually, the earlier the better, you attain the spiritual power to deliver yourself before you die. Because if somebody dies without the spiritual power of self-deliverance, it is very difficult to be born in a human world, even though we hold memorial service and also deliverance service and so on. So Buddhism is a self-power religion, self-reliance religion, unlike Christianity, where you have to throw yourself to Jesus Christ and that's done, that's it. But in Buddhism, there's no such a thing. Even if there are 1,000 Buddhas trying to help you be delivered from the evil path. Evil paths are the world of beast world, the hungry ghost, and hellish world. Those are called out of a 6th path, evil path. And many people just fall into the evil path. And it's a sad thing. We just heard Won Myung-ho was asking, where are you? To the ancestors. Are you still suffering in the world of misery, or have you ascended to the human world and also sainthood or sagehood? And I started by saying that I am very close to the list of the tablets, and I think some of you will, remember me in my I don't know, 10 more years, 15 more years that I'm lucky. The point is this. The world of the Buddha is the best world amongst 3,000 worlds. There are more than 3,000 worlds. But the world of the Buddha is the best. Why? The world of the Buddha is the world of brightness, enlightenment. And if you are in a world which is not the Buddha world, you think this sun is bright and the moon is bright and the wonderful world, but in the eyes of the Buddha, you are in the dark. Why? You are not enlightened to your own Buddha nature, original nature, Buddha nature. Only when you are awakened to your own Buddha nature, then there will be the light of the wisdom with which you can see this world as what it is. And if you are not enlightened to your original nature, the Buddha nature, you don't know where you are going. You follow what your mind desires and your body desires and so on, and so on. And according to the law of karma and the laws of nature, everybody gets older and older, and eventually you disappear. But there's something remaining, that is the karma. Karma is the deed, actions, and it has a result. As if you write in your computer, you have a word processor, right? You write a lot and it's stored in your computer, isn't it correct? And you can send it to somebody, to your professor sometimes, like that. And according to Buddha, what we do, what we think, what we say are all recorded in our karma, which these days, pretty soon it will be shown that our brain is in a sense like a software and hardware. And what you do is recorded there, millions or trillions of neurons in your brain. And how do you know that you have such a program, computer program? The fact that you can speak English or Spanish. It's all stored up. And if something happens to your brain, neurons and so on, which is like a computer, then if something happens, you forget, and you cannot speak. And what is funny is this: try to forget your English. Try as if you don't know English. Why can't you do that? Because it's all stored up in your neurons. You know that.